been over 40 years since I first visited the country of Sweden, October 1973. I'd fallen in love with Eva on a train going to Spain and headed north, way north. 24 hours by train from Paris to Västerås. What I remember most from those first trips was being astonished at some ordinary, everyday things. The eerie sci-fi feel of a sudden no snow line at the city's edge, or the odd ticking traffic light, or the road sign with a very long word outside most any town. And all those M signs along country roads, or how serious the TV weather forecasters seemed. Even returning soda bottles for deposit in the country store in Granjede. And then, most of all, a simple walk into the woods. To camp overnight by a spectacular lake. I didn't know it back then, but these common enough things were actually at the heart of why Swedes have done so well for themselves. So much good for the planet. For all of us. I'd never experienced a culture quite like this. But I learned very early on from Eva that up here nature deserves the utmost care and respect. Summed up in probably the most well-known phrase in Sweden. Don't disturb, don't destroy. Yet over the decades, climate changes in the north have become as obvious as they are dramatic and impossible to ignore. The South is racing northward at an incredible 3 feet per hour. When Eva climbed the ice-capped south peak of Kebnekaise 20 years ago, it was Sweden's highest point. Now the barren North Peak stands to be the highest, maybe this year, because the glacier is melting. A lot. Even at the summit, where today the peak is more than 60 feet lower. As if a 6-story building of ice evaporated into thin air. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. The entire glacier's retreat adds up to one of those mind-boggling measurements that seems to accompany climate change. Enough ice has disappeared to fill not just one Rose Bowl, but 90 Rose Bowls. Enough seats in the bleachers for all 9.8 million Swedes. But it's not the retreating glaciers that grab your attention as much as what the Swedes have been doing about it.